So just applying the idea of the concept of periodization to, say, a weight management client. So what sort of variables are we talking about? Well, with many weight management clients, they have a lot of obstacles in the way of their prime goal, which is, say, to shift body fat and change their body shape to some degree or another, some measurable degree or another. And some of those obstacles are the kind of things that need to decide or help to decide what kind of cycles of training a client might go through given a typical year. 12 months, broken down into 6, broken down into 3-month periods. Okay, so a few variables now. One variable that is really key for many ladies seeking to lose weight is if they have families, if they're mothers, if they have children, because you have various things that change over a given year according to the child's needs. So, a few things. You've got the school scenario, so whether they're at primary school or whether that's secondary school, this will determine if they're on or off holidays. Okay, during term time, obviously, they've got the added responsibility of dropping kids off to school, but then having time during the day, maybe that's a balance between work and their free time, if they have it. But on the other hand, when it's off term, when they're on holidays, which is approximately 12-13 weeks in a year, they're going to be full on looking after kids, doing all kinds of stuff to keep them occupied and whatnot. So time is at a premium, is high in cost. So that's certainly one thing. Is that if parents are seeking to lose body fat, change their bodies, get fitter, you're going to have to work your program around the cycles of term times. Okay, because if you've got a program for your clients that is demanding, sure as hell when it comes to the kids being off school, they're either not going to be able to do any of the training, or the capacity is going to be severely challenged. Okay, so you need to sort of look ahead, plan ahead, and factor that into your recommendations when you look at how you're going to help this type of a client. Okay, another factor, another variable that can have a high impact upon the kind of periodization challenge you have with a client who wants to, lose body fat, change their body mass, is their work schedules. So different industries have peak times throughout the year. Okay, some retail industries will have peak times around festive periods. Other industries will have maybe peak times around the holiday periods. Okay, and you need to consider these things. Speak to your clients and find out how their work commitments periodically change throughout a given year, because if they do, and the chances are that they do follow a particular pattern, you're going to have to plan your cycles, your training cycles, your interventions, your health and fitness interventions around these periods where the resources are going to be naturally challenged. If somebody's got a retail outlet and they're running their own business, let's say, or even if they're higher management, which they likely will be if they can afford to pay for your personal training, then when it comes to the festive periods, at least 3 months in advance, they're already going to be laying down tracks in order to prepare for that festive period. It means getting busier, it means higher workload, higher stress levels, less time, more concerns on the mind, more distractions. So you need to really be aware and understand how the cycles of work affect the client's capacity to meet challenges, okay? And then periodize your training recommendations around these things. Okay. Another one to consider is those in the teaching professions. Those in the teaching professions will naturally have, as the children do, 12 to 13 weeks off in a year. But then, there will be natural times of the year when, say, they have exam times, when stress is going to be high, resources low, and they're going to be tired and challenged in terms of trying to keep to any recommendations that you make on the health and fitness front. So being aware of those in the teaching professions, what kind of cycles they go through, and using that knowledge to tailor your health and fitness recommendations in order for them to lose weight and change body mass. Okay, so that's another thing. You know, when term time comes around, they've maybe got 6 weeks off in a year. You'll find that they have more energy, maybe more time, considering that they're not parents themselves, but then they're not teaching. So you know, they can maybe put more energy into their training and more energy into their habit changes. Okay, so preparing for this, you know, opportunity, making opportunity of this particular period of time, planning ahead. Not only is it about facing the challenges, but looking at where opportunity lies as a result of a change in the client's lifestyle periodically throughout a given year. So fashion your recommendations around this knowledge too. So there's a few examples just in the weight management area of how periodization can be used at a most overview level to help clients. So start thinking about periodization, start thinking about your clients and how their particular resources cycle and change over a given year through the seasons, through work commitments, through family commitments, and start planning ahead, discuss these things with your clients, get knowledgeable, understand and recommend. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed that so far. My name's Richard. I look forward to seeing you again soon.